So I was reading about this article. It's about LGBT community, but I'm still not sure. I just want to know mostly about like gender, like how female or a male is supposed to act. Do you know?
So you're asking the basics about gender, right?
Yeah.
What society has built either male or female. They consist of males being the overpowered man, they always have to be doing construction work, and the females always being in the houses and doing female work.
Taking care of the children.
Exactly. But to be honest, I'm not sure if that's the correct answer. So we should go ask someone else that knows more about this topic.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's Professor Donovan's here too.
Professor, we've been talking about gender and we've read some articles and we thought to ask you some questions.
You know, because we're confused on what really gender is. Because society, built it as male and female, but what is the real meaning of male and female?
Well, that's a good question, guys. So gender is actually a social construct, which means our culture is actually setting the definitions for what it is to be male and what it is to be female. So there are, so that was basically where gender is coming from, what we think. So it kind of changes from culture to culture.
Like they tend to raise their children based on their gender. Basically, like men, they teach them how to be responsible, how to take care of the family, and then the women, the girls, they teach them at a young age like how to cook, how to clean, how to do woman stuff.
Right. So that's what I was saying about the roles.
Yeah.
So how you're saying the women are being taught to cook and clean. So those are the roles that we're taught, both men and women. That the woman takes care of the children, the man goes out and gets money or provides for the family. So these are the different roles that we're taught, and based on our culture, we're taught to do it. And so it varies from culture to culture, but that's really what it is. And so we set those things. And even there's actually some things I was seeing, some stats I was reading about gender differences.
Yeah.
And like women, they actually carries 70% more fat, 40% less muscle, 5 inches shorter, expresses more emotions more freely, and they actually have they can smell better and smell fainter odors. And men are four times as likely to commit suicide. They're 4 times as likely to develop alcohol abuse, more likely to have issues with or being diagnosed with autism or ADHD. So there's actually some physical things that are based some characteristics of our genders that are based physically. And I have a great book that can help us kind of dive into that a little bit more.
Men and women built differently, physically.
All right. So so basically, men and women are essentially the same because men and women have 46 chromosomes that make up each person, right? And 45 of those 46 chromosomes are the same. However, this one chromosome that differs, that really creates a male and a female, is the X or Y chromosome. So women have two X chromosomes, and men have an X and a Y, and that results in men, becoming just having testosterone, having male genitalia, and women having all the things that come with the women. So those are really the major difference and so that's where it starts, right? So our gender roles that is sex is physical, and gender is a social construct. Okay. That's exactly right. So because gender is this, it's not this instilled thing, but we're actually learning as children from a young age. We're learning through our society, how to be a man, how to be a woman. And it's this sense of being a male or female is actually called our gender identity, right? And so this identity comes, like I was saying, comes when we are young children and we're learning and imitating, like, oh, I'm a boy, so I'm going to look at the behavior of other boys and imitate that, or men. And this is actually called a social learning theory. So it's through social interactions that we learn how to be a man or how we be a woman. And sometimes it's kind of this confusion between, am I a boy or a girl? It's like, if I feel like a boy, or I'm told I'm a boy, and I may feel like a woman or feel like a girl, this is where transgenders people, they have this confusion, and then so they express their gender differently. Yeah, so that's kind of an overall view about sex and gender. So do you have any other questions?
No, I'm pretty confident with everything now. Everything's clarified.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you ever have any more questions, please feel free to come by my office anytime.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Yeah, all right, anytime.
Bye-bye.